YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the building for another new Genesis PSO2 gameplay video, or more of a guide I'm taking a crack at. This is how to play with friends, right? I've seen a lot of people, a lot of guides on this game covering a lot of the gameplay and going into the world, figuring out those things in particular. But something that was a process for me in the beginning was actually figuring out how to party up with friends, add them, make sure you're in the same block as them, because it's not completely explained. It's not put in your face. And if there is somewhere that explains it, you probably have to read, and who wants to do that? I figured I would make this video just to try and cover some of the basics to make sure that you can party up with your friends, add them, and tackle all of the monster hunting madness and fun stuff that there is to do in this game with your peeps, right? Because that's part of the fun here, for sure. So to start off, right, let's go back to the home screen, because first and foremost, the first thing you're going to want to do if you're completely new, you've had no exposure to this, is when you click start game, you want to make sure to ask your friends, hey, which ship did you pick? In my case, we picked ship 3 for me and my party crew. These are the equivalents to your servers, right? You cannot jump between ships with your same characters. If I wanted to go into ship 2 to play with someone else, I'd have to create a completely new character and start from scratch. So picking your ship to main is going to be the one you want to do with whichever friends you want to play with, so that you're all in the same place to start. Now that's pretty much the basics of the basic, right? Everyone probably already knows this if you're watching this, but I just wanted to start at step 0 for anyone who has not even touched this game yet and they just want to get into it. You know, after you pick your ship, before you can even add friends or see people in the open world, you will have to complete all of the tutorial. So keep that in mind, right? The first time you enter this city that I'm in currently, you're going to see no one there. That's completely normal. You're doing the tutorial, and you will know exactly when you finish that, you'll see everyone start spawning and all of their skinless glory. So once you're done with the tutorial, you're in the open world, you want to party up with your friends, you're going to need to add them first, and it's a little more convoluted than you think. I want to show you exactly how to send those friend requests. You're going to start by going to the menu, and communications is where you're going to want to head to. And then from here you think, oh, let me go to friends list. Well, look at that. There's no search function here. Where you are going to send your request is here under the ARC's search function, right? And you're going to have 3 options: character, alliance, and player. In my opinion, player is the easiest way to search for your friends. You're going to need their player ID name, which we can locate by going back a couple menu screens and up to personal right here. Click there, character info and stat information. You're going to see the player ID name right here. You can see mine is Buddhafish. You can also see your player ID and the character name itself. Apparently, you can search by character name, but the thing is, this is not unique to your account. Multiple people can be named the same thing, so if you go by searching for the character name, you're going to have a much longer list, typically, of people named whatever this is. So just the easiest way to streamline your friend request is by using your player ID name, and that's how you find it right there. Something else I should mention, the player ID name is also an individual code for your account. You can change this just to make yourself a little more identifiable, right? When you send a friend request, the player ID name is what's going to show up under the invite. You're going to want to make that a little more recognizable so people know who's adding them, right? By going back to the main menu, going into your ship, you come right before the character selection screen. You're going to go to support menu. Change player ID name. So this will have to be individual to your account and unique, right? No one else can actually have this name in particular. So we're going to go with Buddhafish, and boom, the player ID name was changed successfully. So once you send out those friend requests or get some friend requests sent to you, they're going to be found in the friends list right here. Look at that. I've got one from someone, whoever this is. This is why it's important, right, to change your player ID name to something unique to you so you actually know who is sending you what rather than just this random code that is randomly generated. But I have a feeling I do like this person, so I'm going to accept the friend request. Boom, there you go. They're going to be added into here, and from there, right, you've got your online friends. I can go here And if they're not in a party, you can go down to this party selection and hit invite to party or join party, I think, if they have open slots available. Once you do that, it's not over yet, okay? Because even though you're all in the same ship, right? In my case, I've got my friends, we're all in ship 3, we've all added each other. The server is broken up into mini servers called blocks. In order to be with your friends, you will have to be in the same block. So even though I'm not in the same party as the friends that we can see online, let's just check my friends list. You can see this is where you identify which block they're in. Alio 79, right? And it looks like I'm in Alio 61. So now how do we get to Alio 79 or whichever block that your friends are in? You're going to need to use your waypoints or your Ryuker devices. So if we access this, this is where you will find the block transfer tab. Click that and it gives you the entire list of all available blocks in that server. Here we go. Look at that. 79 is completely full. So I wouldn't be able to join even if I wanted to, but you can see the level of occupancy by using these orange bar indicators. There will be some servers that are more crowded than others. As we can see, to my knowledge, 42 in ship 3 is a very special server, so be warned before you join there. It's a lot of SFW up in there, but you know, just pick a block accordingly. Something else you want to be wary of: if you want to join a really low traffic block, you can guarantee you and your party a spot there, but when it comes to grinding bosses and, you know, making sure there are other people fighting in instances, taking on trying to upgrade your PSE bursts, you're probably not going to be dealing with a lot of people. So finding a middle ground, right? Something that's not too crowded, something that's not too empty is going to be your sweet spot most of the time. From there, getting to your people is the next step, right? Barring you have done a little bit of exploration, maybe you've unlocked some Ryuker devices. Something I didn't actually know is that F10 is the default key if you're playing keyboard and mouse to access your entire map, and you don't actually have to be sitting on top of your waypoints or Ryuker devices in order to use them. You can open up the map itself and use it to transfer to whichever other Ryuker devices you have available to you. So let's go take a look at Resolve Forest. The reason I'm bringing that up is so that you and your party can then meet up, right? An easy place to meet up is in the main city, but if you want to go to your friends because they're doing their circuit around whatever world map, right? Like if we're looking here, this PSE burst we can see next to my mini map is just over halfway full. I'm going to look for the event trigger, boom, right there. And this is where I'm most likely going to go find some people unless I'm in a dead zone. So yeah, it looks like no one is here in my block. So it'd be worth it for me to go back to the city and actually transfer blocks at the moment. Something I wanted to mention in regards to running your PSE burst grind is that apparently even if you're in a party in the same block, there can only be a certain number of people in the same instance, from what I understand. So you may run into the scenario where you can't join because there's a certain amount of people already running in that area. So just keep that in mind. Even if you are partied up in the same block, you may run into a situation where you still can't meet up, and you'll have to wait for either some people to leave or some spots to open up for whatever reason. And I think that's about all I want to cover in regards to this. Don't want to make it too long. Just wanted to cover some of the basics for partying up, adding friends, making sure to be in the same block. All of these things are going to help you achieve part of the fun in this game, which is partying up, playing with friends. But I know there were a couple things I needed to learn. It wasn't just obvious on how to do it and make sure, so I wanted to put this video together. Hope that it helped you out. Hit that like button if you are enjoying the game, if you are going to get into New Genesis, and if this video helped you out, I would appreciate it greatly. And subscribe for hopefully some more content. I'm going to be live streaming this game the majority of the time since it is such a grindy game. I'm excited to keep playing it. I'm enjoying it. You know, I've got my girl Alice, which is kind of a crossover from the other game I played last, Claudia, and we're having a grand old time. So I think that's all I got for you this time. With all that being said, y'all know what we say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.